tell you something. Cue up James Brown, I'm Black and I'm Proud, because that's what I am. I am Black and I am proud, and I am happy to do this video today. I was tagged by Jamila, who is actually one of the creators of this tag. And let me get her name right. Her name is actually I Am Jamila on here on YouTube. And I was also tagged by Beauty and the Frizz. And you know, Beauty and the Frizz and I, we go way back. And Jamila is such a beautiful creator. Also, she is a woman who is of Caribbean descent, who is living here in the United States of America. And that's what's so cool, to get her perspective on being Black here in America when she's coming from a country where it's pretty much all Black, okay? So she created the Black Excellence tag, and that's what we are doing here today. And I'm really happy to do this video because I feel like it's actually going to give you a lot of insight to me, okay? So as of lately, I've been sharing more here on YouTube because I feel more comfortable in this space versus when I first started. But Black history is something that's important to me, uplifting Black people and the progression of Black people. Really important to me. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you're older but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy. I love makeup, and eyeshadow is my jam. It's one of my favorite things, but please just call me Ash or Ashley. Now, I will have to mention that this look right here is created using all Black owned beauty products, all Black owned brands. It's a bomb look. So I will link that video for you down below and over here in the card so you can go and check it out. And I believe it probably went up the day before today's video. So as I mentioned before, Jamila and Kara already completed this tag, and they tagged me and I said, yes, definitely. This is something I want to do. So the first question is what does Black History Month mean to you? So as I get older, Black History Month just really evolves. When I was younger, it was like, okay, finally I kind of get to learn about my culture in school. We get to learn about a lot of different individuals who have just contributed to society, you know, with the traffic light and the washing board. And it's just so many different things that Black people have contributed to this country. And it was just, for me, I just felt like finally I get to kind of just learn about my ancestry. Of course, that came along with slavery and Jim Crow and just very heavy topics. So now that I'm older, I still like to go back and visit some of those things, as far as, like, you know, the Jim Crow era and just knowing where we come from, how we progress. But for me now, it means more joy. I have pride because I'm Black. I'm doing well. I'm proud that I'm Black. I have so much pride when I look at our culture and I see other Black individuals doing well. And when I'm talking about Black people right now, this does not mean that I don't like any other race. It doesn't mean I don't promote any other cultures, but I'm just talking about me, my experiences as being a Black woman in the United States of America. And I have so much pride when I think Black history, because I mean, I feel like Black people, we run the culture. I'm sorry. People love to imitate us and not give us credit. So when I think of Black History Month, I'm like, yes, kudos. Like, you are doing your thing. You are showing up. You're showing out. You are representing a race. We're going to learn about some people that we haven't learned about. There's so many individuals that have contributed to things that go on in your everyday life, things that you take for granted that we have not learned about. It's impossible. So, you know, just like any subject in school, it's kind of impossible to learn everything about that subject. So a lot of the learning I've had to just kind of take on my own. I watch a lot of documentaries. So as I've just gotten older, I'm just so proud of the achievements that have been made by my people. So number two is, who is my favorite? Question number two is, who's your favorite Black beauty influencer? So I would definitely say that Tina the Fancy Face is one of my favorite black beauty influencers, hands down. When I first started watching YouTube, she popped up and I was just like, oh my god, she's beautiful, she's smart, she is a woman in science or STEM like me. You know, I'm a pharmacist, she's an engineer, she likes colorful makeup, she seems like she has a lifestyle where she is doing well. So I mean, it's just, she is sharp with it. She's about black people, you know, and without putting any other race down. And I really enjoy that about her. Her looks are intricate. They're beautiful. She celebrates her blackness. She celebrates her complexion. So I just love that. So she was one of my favorite. And of course, I definitely have to put out there Jackie Aina, because she has set the tone and the standard for a lot of people on how to come. And it's unfortunate that in that space, like, she's one of the only black YouTubers that really has as many subscribers as she does. And then even when she was promoting herself, she was like, okay guys, I gotta be like the first dark-skinned black woman to have 1 million subscribers. And it's so unfortunate, but definitely she has made so many strides for our race in the black beauty industry. Question number 3 is, what is my favorite black owned beauty brand? Oh my god, y'all, if you come to this channel like any other time before, you already know what the answer is going to be. And like, when I watched Kara and Jamila's video, like, it was basically the same. Pat McGrath, like, you know, right now I might be calling her Patty Pink because she gives us all the pinks and I'm just so tired of it. But Pat McGrath, hands down, is one of my favorite brands. I mean, the quality is excellent. I mean, the shine, the experience, the inspirations that she uses. And let me tell you, Pat, she has earned it. She has done, like, okay, 1 million runway shows. Okay, she really hasn't done 1 million runway shows, but she probably has. She's done a lot. She has so many Vogue covers underneath her belt, so many runway shows. She has so many makeup artists that train underneath her. Her products are just impeccable. I mean, it's just, it is so experienced just to open up her products, use her products. And like, of course, I'm not going to like everything. You're not going to like everything when it comes to any brand for the most part, you know, but hands down, she is my favorite. She's a black woman in the luxury space, and she is doing her thing. Like, she is doing her thing. Nobody's questioning her prices, nothing. I just love it. I love it. She's giving us sparkle. She's giving us shine. And when I think about Pat McGrath, it's not so much as like, oh, she's luxury, but the artistry comes first and then the experience. And then it's just like, she's black. So it's just like, it's just even better for me when I just think about the brand. So of course, Pat McGrath for sure. Question number 4 is, what brand do I not support? So of course, like, you've never seen this brand on my channel, but of course I do not support Jeffree Star. You're not going to go around. You're not going to be an evil person. I just think like he's an evil person. And before I even knew who he was, I will watch, you know, some of his tutorials and I would think like, he's really talented, all BS, all other drama aside, he really is. But when I found out that he wanted to like throw, you know, battery acid on Makeup Shayla to make her complexion lighter, I just felt like I was so offended. And like, Makeup Shayla, her complexion is not too, it's a little bit deeper than mine, but we're around the same thing. Like, I feel like her complexion gets very red and very deep, or it can kind of go a little bit lighter. And the same with Tina, like, we're kind of in the same complexion realm. And I just feel like that's so offensive. So of course, Jeffree Star, you've never seen his products on here. But another brand that I don't support, and I used to use a few of their things, and it's like maybe a couple brushes. Let's see, it's a brush floating around here, and it's Tarte. Okay, so Tarte has done better, so I will give them that credit, but I don't really support them. And the reason why I don't support Tarte is because I was an avid watcher of YouTube, like I've just kind of mentioned before, and I hadn't started my channel yet, but the Shape Tape Concealer was one of the biggest things on the market. It was like the best thing since sliced bread. Let everybody tell it. Everybody loved the Shape Tape Concealer. Like, everybody was using it. So when they said they were going to come out with a foundation, everybody was so excited. I didn't really wear foundation at this point. I think I had like one foundation. I was just still doing my eyeshadow. I didn't really need the coverage, but so for me, it wasn't like I was waiting for this product, and I didn't own the Shape Tape Concealer, but they only came out with 13 shades. Literally. And this was, I want to say 2018 at the beginning. Now, at this point, they were in a post-Fenty world. And when I say a post-Fenty world, I mean a post-Fenty Beauty. Fenty Beauty, it came to the market, came out with 40 shades of foundation. So that's very important. And my father and I were having a conversation one day. And he was like, why do people like, I guess he kind of saw some news articles about Fenty Beauty where we're talking, you know, and things like that about Fenty Beauty coming out with 40 shades of foundation. I said, Dad, just look around at the women right here in your family. And we are all different shades, okay? So we need something to cater to all of us. Tarte literally came out with about 13 shades of foundation, or maybe it was more, but literally it was only 3, maybe a strong 4 for Black women. Seriously. And then even if it wasn't even just for Black women, when you think about people who are of Eastern Asia descent, people who are from like Sri Lanka, people who are from, you know, India descent, it's like they couldn't wear it either. So it was just the most offensive thing. And let me tell you what they said. So when we questioned them about why they only had 3 shades, they said, well, in the summertime, we're going to come out with more shades because that's when people tend to be deeper. Are you effing kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is your response, that you're going to come out with deeper shade tones in the summertime because that's when deeper? Honey, my complexion don't wash off. My blackness does not wash off, okay? Sometimes I might be a little bit lighter because I haven't been in the sun, and sometimes I'll be deeper. But how dare you say that? You just excluded a whole group of people. So that just let me know from right there, I didn't need to be bothered with you and your foolishness and your stupid idiocy. I mean, is that even a word? But you know what I mean. I'm on a rant. I was so upset when that happened. And I wasn't even on YouTube, but I felt hurt. I just felt like you don't give a care. So why should I give a care about you? I don't need to use none of your things. None of your eyeshadow palettes look appealing. They look crusty. They look dull. They don't look shiny. This look like nothing I want to put on my, nothing I want to put on me. Look ashy. So, I mean, I know now that they have like the Amazonian clay line, it's been extended, and people do, I've seen some people like it, and that's fine, but I'm not fooling with Tarte. No, because that, right, it was just so offensive. Like, I mean, literally, Jackie Aina and Alyssa Ashleigh did a video together. You can Google it to this day, where they put the 2 to 3, 4 swatches of the foundations that were for Black women on them. It didn't match neither one of them, of course, but that was it. That was it. I remember when Alyssa Ashleigh did the video, she just had to stop. And I think she just switched over to start using something from Fenty Beauty. It was just the most offensive thing I could ever say. And so for brands to continue to do things like that in this particular day, when a new brand like Rihanna's brand can come out. And here's the thing on this particular topic. So I know sometimes we get on indie brands about not having swatches on deeper skin, and I understand that, but sometimes I'm not going to hold them to the fire. Like, you're going to do better as your brand progresses. I want you to do better. I want you to reach out to Black content creators. But you're just starting. But some of these brands have like unlimited budgets. Like, money is not a thing. I mean, it's just like, it's not a thing, not at all. So for you to just, for me, it's just like you don't care, because it's no reason for you not to include us. It's the same thing with Hourglass, you know? I've never really been into them, but it just makes me sad. Like, I would never try them. Like, you're not going to get me with that sorcery, like just putting palettes underneath darker lighting and just trying to make it work for darker individuals. No. And then going to sell it online talking about we don't sell it out. If anything, it proved the point that Black women buy makeup. And we want nice makeup. We don't want no trash makeup. We don't want anything that makes us look ashy, caked on, like we're a freaking afterthought. You know, it's Fenty Beauty. When she came out, like, Fenty was stocked, I want to say, from what I heard, she was stocked for like 2.5 years when she came out with her foundations. 40 shades, initial launch. all in store, was stocked for 2 years. And the last 10 shades sold out, which were the deepest shades. Sold out. Like, she had to do a restock, and she was well stocked. So that proves the point. Like, we'll buy it if you make it for us, but I'm not gonna sit here and beg you to spend my money. You must be crazy. On the happier things, we have question number 5, and it is, what is your favorite black sitcom? So I really can't pick one. So I'm gonna go with Fresh Prince. That was one of my favorites growing up. Like, it was just so, I don't know. It was like, you had Will Smith, he was funny. You had Carlton, who was a little bit different, preppy. I could understand that from certain aspects of my life, because I went to a private school between basically kindergarten and 4th grade. So I would get a little flack for being very preppy, pronouncing all of my syllables. Not to mention, there was times when my father would be like, in the summertime, he was like, all right, I gotta go send y'all with the black folks for summer camp. And I totally know what he means at this point, you know? So I've been exposed to all cultures, all different races in my life. But Fresh Prince kind of brought some of those aspects to life for me, and it was just a great all-around show. Like, the family was doing well. Then you had the mother, you had the father, you had a lawyer, you had a professor, and the kids and different dynamics. So I just really enjoyed it. Another show, and I don't know if it gets phrased as a sitcom, but A Different World. Love A Different World, honey. Dwayne and Whitley, honey, Dwayne and Whitley. I loved it. And this is part of the Cosby Show spinoff, but I love the Cosby Show too. That is one of my favorite shows growing up. So of course, when all that news came out, it really just hurt me about it. It's just like, you didn't know what to feel about it. It's just like, but this is my show. But I would definitely say A Different World, because, you know, it was like the black college life. It was the HBCU. I went to HBCU, and I wouldn't necessarily say I went to HBCU. I went to Florida A&M University, FAMU, in Tallahassee, Florida. But I wouldn't necessarily say I went to HBCU because A Different World, but it had one of the best college of pharmacies in the country, hands down, whether it was a black university or not. And those are just facts, okay, when it comes to the College of Pharmacy at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. So, but A Different World, it just hits so many different topics in a great way. Like, they were like one of the first ones to talking about, you know, the voting rights. They were the first ones to talk about social justice issues, the HIV, AIDS crisis. I mean, it was just so many different layers to the show. It was funny. It was relatable. It was just a show that I really appreciated, especially going older. Even when it was on, I appreciated it, but as I got older, I definitely appreciated more. So A Different World, for sure. Question number 7 is, what does black excellence mean to you? And I mean, I don't know, like, black excellence is just, oh, it's just being black, and you looking at somebody like, yes, that is just black excellence. Like, they are making achievements, they are making strides, they are black. And I mean, when I'm talking about being black, like, you're woke, but you're not so woke that you need a nap, because sometimes I'm like, all right, you need a nap, you too woke. But black excellence is just, you know, you see a group of people and you're like, y'all are thriving, you are doing your thing, you are shining, you are making gains, you are making strides, you are taking control of your business, you're out here creating new brands, against all the obstacles that we have to go through with being black. Because it's just, I don't know, like, I can't say I've had anything like blatantly handed to me, but at the end of the day, of being racist, but at the end of the day, it's like, I'm still a black woman. I'm still starting off like 5 steps behind, 10 steps behind other people, having to work hard. So I just know the struggle, the grind that we have to go through in order to make it work, make it last, open a business, get a loan for a home. So like, anytime like you are just doing your thing and you are living in your truth, like, for me, that is just black excellence. So it could be a group of people, it could be a business owner, it could just be an experience. Like, if I go, you know, to a concert and it's a bunch of black people singing, happy, getting along, that all of that to me is black excellence. So that has just so many meanings for me. And for me, sometimes it's just a feeling, it's a vibe. It's not like something I could just pinpoint and say like, this is what it means to me. But it's like, if you're in that situation, like, yes, that is just black excellence. Question number 8 is, how do you plan on celebrating your blackness during Black History Month? I can't say that I'm going to celebrate it any differently. Like, I feel like I celebrate my blackness all throughout the year. I mean, I feel like I said earlier, during Black History Month, I'm extra proud. I'm like, And sometimes I make little statements. I'm like, not in Black History Month. That's not what we're going to do. Or, you know, I just felt super proud. Like the Super Bowl just passed and it was just all black and it was just stars. And like, to me, that was black excellence, you know. But we had Eminem, you know, as we say, Eminem, you know, he be invited to the cookout. So to the picnic, you know, he's invited. But, you know, like when Kendrick Lamar jumped out and was like, we gonna be all right. Like, I was like, yes, on Black History Month, please come through with the anthem. Like, we gonna be all right. Cause it's just, we go through so much as a people. The struggle is just so real. And people hate for you to talk about it. And when you try to describe it to people, they just don't understand. And they're thinking like, oh, well, you're saying I'm a racist. No, I'm not saying you're a racist. I'm just calling you out on your BS. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And sometimes you just won't understand because you're not black. You know, it's just, it is what it is. Like, you think sometimes you're helping us, but you're not helping us, you know? So I don't think, I try to just celebrate it all year round because it's things that make me proud all year round. But I mean, you know, during Black History Month, I'm like, oh, it's a little extra pep in my step. It's Black History Month. Like, yes. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack. I totally missed a question. So question number 6 was actually, what would I like to see more in the black community? And this is probably better that I skipped it in here. So it's just, it's so much that I want to see better in the black community. And I realize I'm fortunate. And, you know, a lot of times we talk about white privilege, but a lot of times sometimes I have to check my black privilege at the door too, because I am very blessed to have like 2 parents, you know, that are around in my life. My parents are divorced, but my father has always remained in my life. But it's just things that I have been instilled in me, things I've been taught, advantages I've been given that other people in my culture just haven't had. And I was just having this conversation with a close friend earlier, and it's just like, you know, even when we talk about money, it's just like things that we don't know and the generational wealth and how we're just trying to work on it. It's like, no, we don't know. Like, are you kidding me? Like, my mother she'll be what, 72 this year. I'm like, she was growing up through Jim Crow. Like, we haven't had that much time in this particular country to accumulate wealth. It's things that we just don't know. We've been oppressed for so long. And as far as we think we've come, we have not come, because it's like, you hate to say it, but it's just the truth. We're only like 6-7 decades removed from those practices. Like, though our great grandparents lived through that. So, you know, we're only the 3rd to 4th generation that's like kind of figured it out. Sometimes I have to be careful about saying this, because even, you know, you just don't want other races to get the wrong perception about black people. But I wish that we just stop killing each other in the streets. And I hate to say that like on camera for other people to hear that, but it's just the truth. It's like, I want us to stop killing each other over petty things. I want us to sometimes take personal accountability for certain things. And that can come in any culture. So that's just not us. But I work in very underserved communities. So I don't know, underserved, but not underserved. And it's very interesting to see. But I just want us to come together more. I want us to work together more. I want us to get policies and things accomplished so we can better our community, so we can pull ourselves up, so we can get ourselves out of these economic ruts, and we can open more Black businesses. And people, we are trying, but not enough is being done. But overall, I want to see the Black community thrive. When I look even in the area where I live, it's like gentrification is coming, and I just wish that we could do more about financial literacy where people could be in a position to buy homes. But a lot of times it's just like, if you don't have the education or you've been put in certain, you know, groups or positions, it's really hard. So it's so much that I want to see the Black community thrive. And being Black in America is so complex. And it's just nothing we can really sit here and talk about in this one video. It's so complex. But those are some of the things that I would like to see. So the last question is, what advice would I like to give to young Black women in the next generation? And I would just like to say, like, be yourself, love yourself. You are enough. The color of your skin is beautiful. And I feel like the girls or the young women of this next generation, they are starting to realize that, that they are enough, you know. But I just want you to know that you are enough. And your Blackness is something to be celebrated. Even though not everybody will celebrate you, but you need to celebrate yourself. And you are worthy. So I think that's something I want young women to know that's coming up behind me. So, I mean, I think like they are really just shining. They're figuring out things that are a little bit quicker. At the end of the day, we just want the generations behind us to do better. So that is the end of the tag, and I hope you guys enjoyed the questions. Like, these questions were so thought-provoking. It just made me really think. I really enjoyed the answers because this is a lot of stuff I talk about on a daily basis, you know, and I think Kara definitely knew that, and I'm glad that Jamila tagged me as well. Let me know, like, your comments, any thoughts down below. Please be respectful in my comments, and I would like to hear your point of view. You know, no matter what race you are, I know I have a diverse subscriber network, so I appreciate that. And give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very, very soon. And you already know how we got to end the videos. Wait. Subscribe to my channel. And then you already know how we got to end the videos around here. We got to hit it with the Chad. Hey, Chad dance. Hey. Chaddies. Chaddies. Hey. Bye.